So also keep in mind, you know, our tires are warm now after you guys just did that cornering exercise just a minute ago, but nonetheless the track is still cold. You know, conditions are not ideal, so let's focus on just keeping the car underneath ourselves. The other half of the group, their session didn't go too smoothly. I hope you guys can do better. You know, I'm sort of begging you guys to keep it on track. I don't want to start the day off like that either for you guys or for myself. So, you know, knock a little bit of speed off, just focus on running a line. Don't worry about going too quick, because I don't want to see you guys having to chase the car all over the place and have it sideways and all that. Rather just be a nice, smooth, consistent speed. Alright, so we're going to enter the track, start off with a couple warm-up laps. Back into the rhythm of things here. Get back to third gear here, fellas. We'll start gradually. The first lap will take it easy, the next lap will start building up, and then after that I'll start rotating you guys through. Alright, so running through the center of the corner here, Bill, focusing on getting those right side tires to the apex curving. A little acceleration off that point. Balance slightly with the brake here, just on entry, get that car settled. Then transitioning to the throttle through the center of the corner. But at a slower speed like this, I can't be too hard on you guys because it actually is harder to get into a rhythm. When you're going at a little bit more consistent, you know, quicker pace, everything works and flows a little bit better. Maybe 100 mile an hour or so on this lap. Focus on carrying that momentum through the bus stop. We're doing that downshift on aiming for that first curve, missing the second, but using up all the thirds. Maybe touch the base to the fourth, and that way we can get into the loop. Just look into the right. Those right sides, remember, trying to keep the car to the right, going up the hill to set up for the loop. Mid-steering. Yeah, that exit of the loop was pretty good. We can try to stay a little bit closer to that curve, and that's just going to minimize your steering input through turn 12 there. Other than that, so far so good here, Bill. Wide brake, balancing in. So get it gathered up there. Yeah, just carried a little bit heavy brake, but really good correction there. Nicely done, Bill. Yeah, what tends to happen there if you're accelerating and trying to carry that speed into two is that you can sort of get the car up on the nose a little bit too much, and then it's going to rotate on that front axis. Yeah, take note of that. We'll work on that next lap, but not too bad. You know, really good correction. I think that J-turn exercise we just did probably helps a little bit with that as well. A lot better in turn 4 that time there, Bill. We'll get that first rotation done and get everyone gathered back up. What I'm going to do here, Bill, is I'm going to stagger over. I want you to get right in front of me. Just keep an easy pace going for right now. I'll get back in line. So on this first lap, you're sort of take it easy. I want to see a perfect line, and the next time after that, we'll start building the pace back up a little bit more. Focus on those shift points. Everyone else, let's get back up to speed as well. Through the bus stop there, but not too bad because that was a weird approach that we had there, Bill. So far, so good. Getting that acceleration up. Ran a little bit wide there, Chris. We'll try to keep it a little bit tighter on the exit. Good entry there, Bill. Let it work its way to the middle. Keep that steady crawl in the center of the corner. Let it cut in. Bring it back. Look at that apex a hair sooner. Get that brake a little bit. Try to minimize that steering input. What you're doing is you're getting on the brakes and just getting that car up on the nose a little bit too much. There you go, good exit. You got good on the brakes, keep it gathered. Looking in. Alright, so far so good here, Bill, back to the throttle. Straight line brake. Try to get it to the left a little bit sooner. That way it's going to make turn 5 a little bit easier to get into. Throttle, then right back to the brake. There you go. Push it into the right. Second curve on this one. We're turning in a little bit early there, so you're trying to run too much of a straight line through here, but you're going to give up your speed doing so. Then tight. Now let's work on the loop a little bit here. Keep it closer to the left side as you're going down the hill here. Don't try to overshoot this. You know, if you go too fast, there you go. That was perfect. That's exactly what I want to see there, Bill. Look how much more settled that car was on the exit. Brake right now, there you go. Now ease out of that brake to get that car to rotate in. It's going to give you more time to transition that weight to that right side of the car. Wait for that apex, be patient, start rolling back into it. A little late there, but smooth line nonetheless. You're progressive braking a little bit to the 3. I want to see you a little bit firmer on that brake initially. And that's going to help you get that car so you don't have to carry such hard brake pressure going in. Pace down button, and we're going to do another rotation. So Bill, I'm going to have you all the way to the right side. I'm going to have you slow it down. So Chris, get right up behind me. We're going to get Bill back in the back of the group, then I'll get you in front of me. Alright, so Chris, pass me here, but just keep a slow roll going. Let's get that rotation done before you speed up. Or not. Alright, Bill, you can jump back in line. Alright, there you go. So now you can start picking your speed up. I just wanted to make sure everyone's gathered up. Try to watch out for that yellow curving there, though. Steady to the middle, going really wide right there. Let's try to keep it about a car width shallower through the center. Oh, look good rolled right behind me there, Leo. A little wide. there. So what I can tell right now, Chris, is you're just trying to go too quick right off the bat, but we're getting really sloppy, so I want to see you just back it down a hair because you're missing those apexes by a fair amount. Through this that time. There you go. Now keep it shallower here. Don't go out so wide. There you go. That's better. Drag the brake here. Get that nose in. We would have got to the brake. We would have made our entry into the loop a little bit cleaner. Work on that braking zone here on the exit of 3. Still getting way too aggressive. There's not enough grip for what you're trying to do with the car right now. Really early apex there. Almost went off again there, Chris. I'm going to have to ask you to slow your pace a little bit, bud. You know, I don't want to be that guy, but there's like been 5 times so far that I think we've almost been off track. Slow your pace down. We're going to do another rotation. So Chris, I'm going to have you all the way to the right side. Alright, and then you're going to slow up. You're going to get behind the silver car. Now, Leo, I'm going to let you pass me here, but let's keep a real slow roll going down the straightaway this time since we're catching the other group. I want to make sure you get a clean run at it. Alright, Chris, back down the silver there. So, what we can do is roll through the bus stop just nice and easy. You're fine. Roll through the bus stop well, and then after that we'll sort of start picking our pace up. Maybe we'll pass the other group the next time by. Alright, so folks, look at your marks there. Don't get worried about going too fast. I want to see precision out here. There's absolutely nothing to impress me with if you're being real sloppy but you're going quick. You know, what I want to see is you hitting every single apex and turning in and getting on the gas pedal. Get it tight, be smooth. There you go. Now back to the throttle, then back to the brake. That looked good. Good connector there going into 2. Carrying that momentum well. Looking in left here. Be patient with it. Get that apex. Don't worry about picking up the throttle because if you miss your apex, there's no sense in it. That was perfect. Very smooth. And there, all the way down patient. A little wide there, but not too bad. Smooth line. Just entered with a hair too much speed and that car was just reluctant to turn in. Let's turn in for 5/8 a hair sooner there, Leo. That's all I noticed there. We're a little late with our hands. Now on the straightaway, what we're going to do is we are going to be passing this group here, but slow your pace when we do go for the pass. Once you get on the straightaway, don't accelerate too hard for me, Leo. Let's just get everyone gathered back up. We're going to keep it on the left side. Alright, so you got everyone swinging back up to speed. Alright, there you go, good. making sure we're not downshifting too early in the bus stop either. Leo, but not too bad. Keep that balance. You know, find that limit of the tire without exceeding it. Back up that braking zone a little bit further there, Leo. I can still see that you're fighting that car to turn in. Set up for a pass or a rotation once again here, Leo. So on the straightaway, I'm going to have you slow your pace down. Alright, yeah, stay over to the right side. We're going to get everyone around you, then I'll stagger over for you, Dave. Alright, so Dave, pass me here. We'll keep a slow roll. I'll jump back in front of you here, Bill. Alright, now we can start getting back up to speed here, Dave. Line is a little weird right now, so just make sure that we're hitting our points. And brakes, we're looking in. Roll through the middle, looking in right. There you go, keeping it nice and tight. Get to the curve at the top of the crest, a little early off the top, but not too bad. Good acceleration nonetheless, out of the corner. Wide there. Yeah, let's make sure we're watching our throttle input as well there, Leo, at the top of the crest in the loop. Good apex of 3. That was the cleanest I've seen so far. Nicely done there, Dave. Look how good your exit was out going to the chicane. So far, Dave, you showed a lot of discipline on this lap. You know, I think you basically hit every mark on the track, and I can tell, I know you can probably go a little bit faster, but you're slowing yourself down just enough to be able to keep a real smooth line. Drag the brake, keep it right. Now let's focus on the loop here, everyone. Making sure we're not coming off the top too early. Keep it low, keep it low. There you go. Much better exit. Nicely done, Dave. Good entry there, and you're not going quite as wide that time. You noticed the mistake you made last time, and you're able to keep it a little bit better. Okay, Bill, you can stay behind me. Dave, I'll get you to the back. We'll stay in the same order. We're going to do a cool down lap here, guys. My mistake. So, Dave, you're going to wait for the orange car to pass you. There'll be blue, or silver, white, and then orange. There you go. All right. So on this cool down, we're still going to run sort of the same line that we've been trying to run. Focus on the same shift points, just a reduced pace here. Nicely done, guys. You know, everyone kept it on track. There were a few close calls, not going to lie. But nonetheless, though, you know, overall, well done. It is a little bit harder when you're leading the group because you don't realize how much quicker you might be going in certain areas of the track because you don't have that reference. You don't have my taillights and that closing rate. The line wasn't too bad. You know, the only time we ever seemed like we were offline is when you guys were pushing too hard and we're just missing apexes by getting on the gas too early or just getting that car a little sideways, whatever it may be. Those are just things that are easy to fix. Back on the throttle accordingly out of 5 feet, or else you're going to stop all the way down that back straight. Alright, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to have you, Bill, I'm going to have you to the right side. I want to get Chris behind me. So Chris, you're going to stay behind me. We're going to do another cool down lap there, guys. We're one lap ahead of the other group since we've lapped them, so figure that's a good time to talk about the track a little bit more with you guys. So Bill, you're going to wait for the maroon car to pass you, I believe. Yep. Alright, so what I did notice when you're behind me, Chris, is that you're using up a lot of the yellow rumble strips. You want to try to avoid touching those. Not only because you know, they can damage the car, they can actually bend wheels, but they're going to unsettle the car. It's going to cause you to lose a little bit of grip through those certain parts of the track. If we're keeping it right, everyone here take note that we are trying to stay right at the base of the curve down the hill here in that long duration apex for the loop. That's going to keep you a lot more settled going through turn 12 onto the straightaway. If you're not using that part of the track and you're just going right from apex to apex, you're going to have a ton of steering applied after turn 12 onto the straight while you're wide open, and you're going to give up a lot of speed by doing so, or you're flirting with disaster and it's very easy for that car to step out. Backing that braking zone up a little bit. You know, one lap you sailed it off in there pretty hard. So the next lap wasn't as bad, but it's still too late. You know, there's nothing to really be gained by braking really late in turn 3, but all you're going to do is if you don't go off track, you're going to fight the car for so long, you're not going to be able to get back on the power. The chicane, we were all pretty good. Maybe going into 4, a couple of us could use a little bit more brake here, focus on that apex more. Some of us are running like a mid-line through there. And it's a smooth line, but you're just traveling too much distance. Straight line down the hill. Through the kink, everyone was good. We were all getting the apex smoothly. We weren't letting the car go out too wide. I did notice a couple of you guys were over-slowing going into 6. Which, I mean, is better than going in too fast, but I was noticing that's where I was beating you guys up. And just flying off into there. So maybe you could carry a little bit longer brake, but less brake, and be able to keep that car, you know, real settled there. So let's turn our right turn signals on. We're going to be bringing it in this time. and we'll pull the cars up to that upper level. Park up here, we'll try to get lined up with this white line here so we can keep it pretty orderly. Let's try to park fairly close with each other as well. Let's leave about 5 foot between each car, that way we don't block off the stairs, but we don't have the car stretched out super far either. Come to a rest here, guys. Get those parking brakes engaged. If you're using that PDR system, you can end that recording, pop that